Okay, so right now we're going to discuss the chapter 10 of our microbiology, that is about the microbial ecology and microbial biotechnology. Okay, so first, item number 1, we're going to define defined terms, ecology, human ecology, and microbial ecology. Okay, so ecology is the systematic study of the interrelationships that exist between organisms and their environment. Okay, so this is when we study the interrelationships between um, organisms and their environment. Okay, that is ecology, the interrelationships of the organisms and their environment. Okay, next is human ecology. Human ecology is man's collective is about studying man's collective interaction with his environment. Okay, that is human ecology, the study of a man's collective interaction with his or her environment. Okay, so next is microbial ecology. This is the study of the numerous interrelationships between microbes and the world around them. Okay, this is how microbes interact with other microbes, how microbes interact with organisms other than microbes as well. Okay, this is microbial ecology. So number 2, we're going to list 3 categories of symbiotic relationships. So first is neutralism. Neutralism is used to describe a symbiotic relationship in which neither symbiont is affected by the relationship. Meaning, this neutralism is a symbiotic relationship in which walang kahit isa bisan hain na symbiont waray may naapektuhan ni tara relationship. Okay? Bagat very harmful, very what beneficial. Okay, like waray la effect. Okay, in other words, neutralism reflects a situation in which microorganisms occupy the same ecologic niche but have absolutely no effect on each other. Okay, next is commensalism. This is a symbiotic relationship that is beneficial to one symbiont and of no consequence, or neither beneficial nor harmful to the other. Okay, commensalism is when beneficial to sa isang symbiont pero sa other symbiont walang effect sa kanya. It's not harmful, it's not beneficial, wala lang effect pero beneficial sa other symbiont. Okay, that is commensalism. An example of commensalism is the organisms in the indigenous microbiota of humans. Okay, the relationship is of obvious benefit to the microorganisms. They are provided with nutrients and housing. Okay, parang habitat nila, but the microorganisms have no effect on the host. Like wala silang effect sa host. Okay, number 3. Mutualism. This is a symbiotic relationship that is beneficial to both symbionts. Okay, like the relationship is mutually beneficial, meaning nakakapag-benefit ang dalawang symbiont sa relationship. Okay, so humans, for example, an example of mutualism, humans have a mutualistic relationship with many of the microorganisms of their indigenous microbiota. So for example, an intestinal bacterium or E. coli, which obtains nutrients from the food materials ingested by the host and produces vitamins, such as vitamin K that are used by the host. Okay? Ang E. coli, kumukuha sila ng nutrients and food materials na ini-ingest ng host, pero they also produce vitamins na ginagamit rin ng host. Okay, so meaning both symbionts are gaining benefit from the relationship. Okay, so number 3, we're going to differentiate mutualism and commensalism. Okay, so mutualism is a type of symbiotic relationship among two or more different species where both of the species benefit. Okay, sa mutualism, dalawa sila nagbe-benefit, while sa commensalism is a type of symbiotic relationship where only one species benefits. Okay, isang organism lang ang nagbe-benefit while yung isa unaffected. It's not harmful to them or nor beneficial. Okay, walang effect sa kanila. Okay, so example of mutualism include the relationship between bees and flowers, the digestive bacteria and humans, for example the E. coli, as I have mentioned, the E. coli and the humans. Okay, and an example as well of commensalism include hermit crabs using dead gastropods for their protection and millipedes traveling on birds. Okay, number 4, cite an example of a parasitic relationship. Okay, so parasitism first is a symbiotic relationship that is beneficial to one symbiont pero detrimental or very harmful sa other symbiont. It could kill them or harm the other symbiont. Okay, while yung isa nagbe-benefit. That is a parasitic relationship. So an example is humans and mosquitoes. Okay, mosquitoes bite humans to get food, nutrients, and everything else that they need sa pagbite sa humans. Okay, well, humans are harmed. Okay, yung humans yung harmed na symbiont dito. They could have blood loss, itching, and sometimes nagkakaroon pa ng disease. Okay, they cause diseases. Okay, while nagbe-benefit yung mosquitoes. Number 5 is we're going to describe the purpose of Human Microbiome Project. So this project aims to generate resources enabling comprehensive characterization of the human microbiome and analysis of its role in human health and diseases. Okay, the human microbiome is defined as the collection of microbes, bacteria, viruses, and single-cell eukaryotes that inhabits the human body. Okay, the purpose of Human Microbiome Project, bagat like naghihimuhirahin characterization, iragin focusan, iragin sa studyhan, it microbiomes nga naukoy ha, lawas han tawo, ngan kon anot era effect ha humans. Okay, like may daman like bacteria, viruses, single cell eukaryotes nga naukoy ha, lawas han tawo. Okay, gintatagan nira ito in statistics, gin sa studyhan nira, kung ano era effect, kung ano hinihira ng mga klase ng mga microbiomes nga naukoy, and so on, damo. Number 6 is discuss the beneficial and harmful roles of the indigenous microbiota of the human body. Okay, humans derive many benefit from the indigenous microbiota. Okay, damot at nabe-benefit niya era. Some of which have already been mentioned. Some nutrients, particularly vitamins K and B12, pantothenic acid, pyridoxine, and biotin are obtained from secretions of certain intestinal bacteria. Evidence also indicates that indigenous microbiomes provide a constant source of irritants and antigens to stimulate the immune system. This causes the immune system to respond more readily by producing antibodies to foreign invaders and substances, which in turn enhances the body's protection against pathogens. Okay? The mere presence of large number of microorganisms at certain anatomic locations is beneficial in that they prevent pathogens from colonizing those locations. Okay? However, many of the indigenous microbiota of the human body are opportunistic pathogens or opportunists, which can be thought of as organisms that are hanging around, waiting for the opportunity to cause infections. Okay, take E. coli for example. Huge numbers of E. coli live in our intestinal tract, causing us no problems whatsoever on a day-to-day basis. They do possess the potential to be pathogenic, however, and can cause serious infections should they find their way to a site that such as the urinary bladder, the bloodstream, or a wound. Okay, so endogenous microbiota could either both um, nakapag uh, both beneficial and can be harmful as well sa humans. Okay, so itong endogenous microbiota ay ang mga microbiome na nagre-reside sa ating body, sa human body, and they are beneficial to us, the humans, kay nagpo-produce sila ng vitamins, nagpo-protect sila at against pathogens, and nagpapakusugit aton immune system. Okay, they do a lot, they give us a lot of benefits. Okay, pero may daliwat nera mga harmful effects sa aton. So gadto na E. coli nga opportunistic pathogen, though diri nag-harm aton like every day, pero pag matagan yan chance na maging pathogen talaga iya pag mga tuhiya mga areas such as urinary bladder, bloodstream, and samad. Okay, next is we're going to describe the biofilms and their impact on human health. Okay, so what are biofilms? Biofilms is a complex and persistent communities of assorted microbes. In nature, microbes are often organized into complex and persistent communities as assorted organisms called biofilms. So biofilms kanina like halo-halo, or like a population, a big population of microbes, mga halo-halo nira nga microbes. Okay, bagat complex hira nga communities of assorted, meaning assorted, halo-halo, iba-ibang microbes. Okay, so in general they are called biofilms. Okay, collectively. Okay, dire kasi hira mauusa-usagod like kun halimbawa amo ini nga usa nga microbe it cause ini nga disease, bagat dire good kita certain. Okay, so meaning gin refer lahira as biofilms. Okay, assorted microbes. Okay, bacterial biofilms are virtually everywhere. Okay, dire tayo nakikita go dato naked eye. Examples include dental plague, the slippery coating on a rock in a stream, and the slime that accumulates on the inner walls of various types of pipes and tubing. Okay, a bacterial biofilm consists of a variety of different species of bacteria plus a gooey extracellular matrix that the bacteria secrete. Okay, composed of polysaccharides, proteins, and nucleic acid. Bacteria within biofilms are protected from antibiotics and certain types of host defense mechanisms. Okay, inira ng mga bacterial biofilms. Hira init ada dental plague, slippery coating usa nga bato, di ba pag bato makuan mahulos, tapos slime, bagat ini kasira na biofilm bagat nagproduce sirahin may danera matrix, bagat era like fluid ini nga nag-ira gin si secrete. Okay, so inihira nga mga biofilms liwat kay resistant hira antibiotics. Okay, so bagat it hosts protected hirahit mga antibiotics. Okay, nga form of defense mechanism ito sa nga host. So next is we're going to discuss the nitrogen fixation, nitrification, denitrification, and ammonification in the description. Okay, so nitrogen fixation is the process by which atmospheric nitrogen is converted by either a natural or an industrial means to a form of nitrogen such as ammonia. Okay, in nature most nitrogen is harvested from the atmosphere by microorganisms to form ammonia, nitrites, and nitrates that can be used by plants. Okay? It nitrogen fixation kay mga it pag co-convert hit usa nga at hit atmospheric nitrogen into a form of nitrogen like ammonia. Okay? Gin-convert it mga atmospheric nitrogen into ammonia. Okay? So next is nitrification. This is the process by which ammonia is converted into nitrites. Okay? And then nitrates. Okay? This process naturally occur in the environment where it is carried out by specialized bacteria. Okay? Which is ammonia. Ammonia is produced by the breakdown of organic sources of nitrogen, meaning nitrification kay it pag-convert hit ammonia na maging nitrites and nitrates. Okay? When kanina a nitrogen fixation from atmospheric nitrogen naging ammonia, and then nitrification from ammonia mako-convert liwatiya into nitrites and then nitrates. Okay, next is denitrification. This is the process that converts nitrate to nitrogen gas, thus removing bioavailable nitrogen and returning it to the atmosphere. Okay, so nitrogen fixation, atmospheric nitrogen convert to ammonia. Nitrification, ammonia converted into nitrites and nitrates. Denitrification liwat nitrate converted to become nitrogen gas. Okay? Next is ammonification. Ammonification is when an organism excretes waste or dyes. The nitrogen in its tissues is in the form of organic nitrogen, for example, amino acids, DNA. Okay? So various fungi and prokaryotes then decompose the tissue and release inorganic nitrogen back into the ecosystem as ammonia in the process known as ammonification. Okay? So, in the nitrogen cycle, free atmospheric nitrogen gas nga aadaton atmosphere nga nitrogen gas is converted by nitrogen fixing bacteria and cyanobacteria into ammonia. Okay? So, ang mga nitrogen gas nga dahaton atmosphere, ginko-convert hit mga nitrogen fixing bacteria and cyanobacteria into ammonia. Okay? Then, chemolithotrophic soil bacteria called nitrifying bacteria convert ammonium ions into nitrite ions. Ang nini. So, from nitrogen gas, naging ammonia. From ammonia, convert into nitrite ions and nitrate ions. Okay? Plants then use the nitrates to build plant proteins. These proteins are eaten by animals, which then use them to build animal proteins. Excreted nitrogen containing animal waste products such as urine are converted by certain bacteria to ammonia. Okay? Also, dead plant and animal nitrogen-containing debris and fecal material are transformed by saprophytic fungi and bacteria into ammonia, which in turn is converted into nitrates and nitrates for recycling plants. Okay, so nitrogen cycle from nitrogen gas to ammonia, from ammonia to nitrite or nitrate, and then nitrate to nitrogen gas. Okay, and then nitrogen animal waste products are converted by certain bacteria to ammonia. Okay. So 9, we're going to name 10 foods that require microbial activity for their production. Okay, microorganisms are used in the production of foods such as acidophilus milk, bread, butter, cocoa, coffee, cottage cheese, cultured buttermilk, fishes, green olives, and many others. Okay, so foods that require microbial activity, meaning kailangan nirahin microorganisms, okay, sa pag-produce ng mga food. Okay, like acidophilus milk, bread, butter, cocoa, coffee, cottage cheese, cultured buttermilk, fish sauces, green olives, kimchi, and meat products, and many others. Okay, so damot food na nangangailangan or produced from microorganisms. Okay, so next is we're going to define biotechnology. Okay, and we're going to cite examples as well. So biotechnology is defined as any technology application that uses biological systems, living organisms, or derivatives thereof to make or modify products or processes for specific use. Okay? Biotechnology is like paggamit yung technology nga nga paggamit gapin mga biological systems, sitbis nga part biological system nga ginko-convert through technology for a certain use. Okay, bagahiyat means of converting biological species or biological organisms na para usang certain use, para usang purpose. Okay, for example is the production of therapeutic proteins, production of DNA vaccines, production of vitamins, use of microbial metabolites as antimicrobial agents, and other types of therapeutic agents. Okay, so in short, biotechnology is through the use of technology na kapag produce kitahin certain ways or certain magamit naton it biological system usa nga important liwat nga use other use kiha. Okay, last item is we're going to define bioremediation, and we're going to cite an example as well. So bioremediation refers to the use of microorganisms to clean up various types of wastes, including industrial wastes and other pollutants. Okay, some of the microbes used in this manner have been genetically engineered to digest specific wastes. For example, genetically engineered petroleum digesting bacteria were used to clean up the 11 million gallon oil spill in Prince William Sound, Alaska in 1989. So bioremediation is like paggamit it microorganisms para maglimpyo, paglimpyo hit mga certain types of wastes. Okay, so pwede ning example nga, pero mostly hindi genetically engineer. And example, genetically engineered nga petroleum digesting bacteria, bagat gina-engineer ya, bagat manufactured hiya nga microorganism or microbe, okay, nga para clean up ito sa nga certain waste. Okay, so that's all for chapter 10. Thank you so much for watching.